Last week, I attended Long Island's largest Pokemon TCG show at the Nassau Coliseum. There's only one of these shows a year, and the venue was packed with Pokemon trainers coming from all over the US and even other countries. We sold some cards, made some deals, and stared at first edition Charizards that I'm probably never going to be able to afford. Join me today as I break down the Pokemon craze that I saw at the Long Island TCG Show 2025, the first ever at Nassau Coliseum. We came about 2 hours after the show started. Not the most ideal time if we wanted to snag some crazy hits, but I prefer being fashionably late. I brought my wife Julia, whose hair got wet from the rain.
You put that down. I am not giving you a massage.
And my cousin Peter, who is also our editor and chief idea creator on, sometimes. But it was our first Long Island TCG show. So, Peter being the MVP, bought tickets in advance. When we showed up, we walked right in with no scanner, no ticket needed, and guards being guards, just let us right in. Actually waved at us too. Nassau Coliseum, I'm really not too sure about that one. We made it down to the venue floor, where it was packed with special guests, collectors, booths, and fellow YouTubers just like us. The voice actor of Zuko from Avatar was there, the voice actor of Professor Oak was there, and even the voice actor for Ash, which was really cool, and I didn't know it was a girl. There was also the official singer of the Pokemon theme song, but we didn't realize he was the singer until he was, on stage singing. And Peter and I were like, wow, this guy's actually spot on. Casually, there was another guy there with a Pokeball painted in his hair, screaming into the mic, Big Man Blastoise, the meme song? Big Man Blastoise, Big Man. There was a ton of 3D printed collectibles to grab, including this really cool booth that had a ton of stickers that we bought the entire day. And we added it to our Zion case, which is now covered in stickers, and we're just gonna have to use this one for Pokemon going forward. After walking around for a bit, it was time to open that case, sell some cards that I've been holding for a while and that Peter's been holding for a while to some vendors here at the show, looking for that best sale, despite everyone asking for 65 to 75% of the last comp, which was tough to hear for us, but it was our mission to sell these cards. A while back, Peter and I opened up a bunch of Pokemon cards from Paldea Evolved. Pretty sure that was the set. Peter and I went on to go to our friend at Evolution Collectibles in Island Park, New York, to sell them at his first ever TCG show that he was vending at. One of those cards that we sold was a full art of Larvitar, a Slowking EX SGC-10, and Obsidian Flames Charizard EX SGC-10. All these cards were very good in my opinion, and I thought they actually would do better on the open market, but our friend thought a little bit differently. He took these cards off our hands for around 25 bucks. Nothing crazy. If he cracks them and they send a PSA, they might actually get a good grade. While trying to sell this stuff that we had, there was a guy desperately trying to auction off his Lily's Clefairy from the new set Journey Together. The booth didn't want to buy it because the price has been just shooting down. It started off, I've seen sales of 1,000. It's down to now 178. It's been shooting down as a raw card. But the seller was consistent and wanted to get rid of this card fast. The booth, like we said before, have been only offering 65 to 75% of what the recent sale was. Because the booths have to make money too. Fair warning, most of the booths at the TCG shows only buy cards in the 65 to 75% range. So really, not worth your time if you're looking to sell. But the shows are a great venue to have a good time at with family and friends. If you want to grab a Lily's Clefairy, you're better off doing it on eBay or, maybe take your chance at pulling it with us. Throughout the show, we were looking to gather cards that we would send in to PSA grading via 528 Collectibles in Locust Valley, New York. That's Long Island, guys. Go to 528. My first pickup was the Jolteon SAR Japanese Terrestrial Festival, which is now in English Prismatic Evolution. We bought this card looking to grade to increase the amount of cash that we had in our back pockets. It's only doing about $35 to $45. That Jolteon was a part of a much bigger deal. We got a Call of Legends PSA 8 Umbreon, had a really nice holo, a nice swirl. The cool opacity to the sides with the yellowing is actually a part of the set. Last sold for $200, and in his showcase, he had it at $150. I found a sale that did around $115, so I offered the guy for both the Jolteon and the Call of Legends Umbreon $160. He accepted it. Umbreons and, evolutions in general, the hype is now. Get in the market while you can. So, you don't see a lot of people ripping Call of Legends, so it's a set that you hold. So we've got this card, PSA 8, it's going up in value. The sales have only gone up. This was that card that we made our splash in to hopefully increase and grow over time. One of the first vendors we went up to at the show had 3 really nice cards that I got in a package deal. One was the Zapdos EX from 151, the Mew EX UPC, and the Greninja Zoroark tag team. We picked up the Zapdos simply because I love legendary birds. And in this card, there's just soaring through the sky, beautiful card art, makes me feel nostalgic about the old days when I used to open up cards and pull those Zapdos, the Moltres, the Articunos. So I had to get this one for my collection. I'm gonna get it graded, probably sell it, but to have it for a little bit is meaningful to me. The Mew EX from the UPC, the card is simply beautiful. The color, the pinkness, amazing. But guys and gals, you know that when you grade something, the card value goes up. And when this card has been getting graded lately, the value has skyrocketed. So for $38, we added this one to our checklist. And the last one, Zoroark and Greninja EX. I picked this one up simply because I love that zesty Greninja. That scarf on him, awesome, great character. And tag teams lately also on Whatnot streams, eBay, and in PSA slabs. The tag teams have been going absolutely nuts on the market, so I had to hop in now while I could and grab one of these to eventually grade. It was in great condition, no reason to not pick it up at a package deal. These 3 cards got for a great price, and there's a lot of room for success on these cards when they come back from PSA grading. You might be wondering, hey Wax, was the Long Island TCG show a success for you? I would say, yes it was. We picked up a ton of singles to sell raw, and a ton of cards that were raw to grade. The show was really good, even though the vendors wanted 20 to 30% more on the cards they had in their showcase, and the buy and selling rate was 65 to 75% range. If you had enough room to sell and you were in the card for that cheap, sure, sell the card. But I was trying to move my friend 528 Brett's Pikachu PSA 9 from Surging Sparks. We had an offer for 200 bucks. Crazy. Card's a $300 to $400 card. Again, people, we've had this conversation before on this channel. Let's have it again. You need to shower. Hygiene is proper. Smell-wise was rough. Not gonna lie, I understand it was hot and humid day, and it was raining out, so it doesn't make us smell good. But as a collective, we need to shower. Lastly, if I was able to spend more at the show, I would have. The vendor selection was absolutely stunning. Great guys, good people. Everyone that we met was very polite to us and offered us, somewhat good deals. But to afford a table, $300 a table, you can't really afford a table. You got to make money on your cards. So I understand the pricing and the price gouging to a little bit here. Overall, the show was a success. I enjoyed my time here at the Nassau Coliseum, and I hope you guys, if you did attend, did too.